Hi everyone, good afternoon. You might notice something a little different about me today. And though I am a tiny bit self-conscious about it, because I'm, concerned, it's not bad, I promise. Last week I had emergency surgery on a tooth. I broke a tooth. And it inflamed a condition called Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is a condition in the nerves in the face. It's not a stroke. It's not, neurological, like I don't have any brain damage or any muscle weakness or anything. All I have is some nerve damage right here on my face. I'm just as strong and nasty and stubborn as I've ever been. It got a little better over the weekend. It was a little rough last week because I've come on suddenly and it's a little bit of a shock. And I don't want you guys to worry. What I might do, because my voice is still pretty normal, I might do a lot of masks and goggles coming up so that, I don't distract from the ASMR by scaring the customers. I don't want you to worry. I'm under medical treatment and medication, and it should clear up. And I've got a funny story to tell you. ASMR artists do cranial nerve exams. We follow the pencil, follow the pen. I've been doing them since 2015 and doing a lot of them. I either had a stroke or Bell's palsy. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I realized my face was paralyzed. I went out and looked up the symptoms for Bell's palsy, ringing in the ear and some other problems. I think I have Bell's palsy. So I did a rudimentary cranial nerve exam on myself before I went to the emergency room. At the emergency room, they were checking everything. I had a full medical workup done and an MRI and EKG, everything. I'm fine. I promise you, I'm fine. This is just a little thing that makes me look a little odd. But if you, think about it, it's kind of neat. I can finally play Batman's archvillain, Two-Face, perfectly. Heads you live, tails you die, Batman. I'm telling you all right now, and I'm doing this is a live premiere, so you can feel free to ask me questions in the comments section, and you can ask me anything. It's going to be okay. You can even tease me a little bit. It's all right. You guys have been good to me, and I have a wonderful audience, and I want all your questions to be answered so you're not scared. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. You come out here and you tell people to be brave and be courageous. You tell people to keep fighting. You tell people not to give up. Yeah, it's Dr. Andrew Michaels, all right. Don't quit. Don't give up. My channel stands for give no quarter, no surrender, no backing down. Keep going. It's like the, silly as it sounds, like the boxer Rocky Balboa said, it's not how hard you can hit, It's how hard you can be hit. And get back up. And I assure you, I'm going to work tomorrow. First day back. And I'm going to Europe this weekend. And see my friends. And I'm really upset because I didn't want to get upset. But I want to look right in that camera. And I want to tell you, and you know who I'm talking to right now. There's a lot of you out there that are hurting. And there's a lot of you out there that are suffering. And you're in a bad situation. You have problems in your personal life or your health. And they seem overwhelming. We've been doing a lot of work on depression lately on the podcast. And I know a lot of you are going to have a lot of struggles during the holidays. And I'm not quitting on you. And you're not quitting on you either. I want to make that very clear. Life hands you things. And what marks your character is your courage and how you deal with it. All my life people have tried to push me aside, and I've never let them succeed. I've always found another way forward, another way to succeed, another way to improve my life. And you can do that too. If you need help, you need to go get it. If you need to talk to someone, reach out for a friend or a family member. And if you think you have a serious medical issue, seek professional medical help immediately. One of the best things I did was seek medical help immediately. The Novocaine and the pain medication masked a lot of what was going on in with the Bell's palsy symptoms. And by catching it kind of relatively quick, excuse me, and getting myself medical attention right away was the right thing. I also wanted to make a big announcement today, besides the fact that I'm looking ludicrous on camera. Ha-cha-cha-cha. And I wanted to announce that I am going to Europe. If you watch my channel, I am going to London, England, for a friend's wedding. One of my dear friends is getting married in Windsor, and we're going to attend the wedding. I'm going to make myself available. If you want, you can contact me for further details, but it's very simple. I'll be at Stonehenge Monument on November 23rd, around between 1 and 3 o'clock. We're going to spend quite a bit of time there, taking photos and film and meeting people and just having a really good time. I do have to, not go too hard a pace, but, I can, meet and greet and talk, and, I'm just a normal person, but I just have to, kind of take it easy. And that's November 23rd at Stonehenge. And if you'd like to meet me and take a picture, it's going to be a keeper. If I actually rest my face, it's not so bad. It's when I talk, it feels a little awkward. Sunday, I will be at Trafalgar Square in Westminster. That's or Sunday. Did I say Sunday? So Saturday is Stonehenge. Sunday, I will be at Trafalgar Square in Westminster. That's November 24th, around 3 p.m. for an hour or so. I'll be at around Nelson's Column and the Lions and all that at Trafalgar Square. I am a huge history buff, and I've always wanted to go there, as silly as it sounds. And it's just a dream come true. I plan on meeting Jim ASMR. He has like a funny symbol. But I'm planning on meeting Jim ASMR. He's a newer artist. He's a great guy. He is going to be there to meet us. And I'm going to be spending most of the weekend with my dear friend Peggy whispersinchaos, who's a one of the earlier ASM artists. She's a little bit of a hiatus right now. But Peggy and I have been friends for years, and we're going to spend some time with her and her fiance Bob. Bob's a great guy. He's a ASM artist too, but I can't remember his channel name. And I think Tippy Tappy ASMR is going to be at Westminister. If he hears this, he can verify that. And I think a few other people are going to show up. If you're just a viewer and a fan, you are welcome to come and meet me. And we might have a beer afterwards, Jim and I. Promise Jim might have a beer with him. And I can have a couple of beers. I am going to tell you a little secret. I have lost weight. You probably can't tell. But I've lost some weight. I have quit basically drinking any kind of alcohol. We call it soda pop, carbonated sugar drinks, anything with sugar, water in it. And this has been for almost a year now. I've been trying to restrict my diet slowly on different items. And I haven't had a soda, a Coca-Cola or anything in months. And I've been losing weight and eating really well. And I take I've always taken vitamins, but I've been taking vitamins, my supplements and everything. And I am really doing great. And then this happens. So much for healthy living. But I can still have a few beers, and I'd love to have a couple pints of English beer when I'm over there in London. And now I have a very special announcement. So Sunday is the 24th. On the 25th, Monday the 25th, hopefully, if everything goes well, I will be doing a Lofi live stream with my dear friend, ASMR Zeitgeist. I think on my channel, but I don't know if we're putting it on his channel, but we're definitely putting it on my channel. ASMR Zeitgeist and I have been friends since he started. And I consider him a dear, close friend. And on Monday the 20th, I'm so bad at dates, the 25th, we are going to do a silly German beer tasting live stream. And it should be a really fun, good time. And his name's Michael. I hope I'm not giving that out. But he is a true legend in ASMR and a very good friend. And I know all my friends are going to be a little worried when they see me. Don't worry. All the piss and vinegar and stubbornness that makes me who I am is completely intact. Don't worry, I'm fine. And plus I'll have my lovely wife, Christina, and my daughter, McKenna, with me to keep an eye on me and make sure I don't drink too much of that fine malt liquor while I'm in Europe. And honestly, I have quit drinking for quite a long time. The only time I've had any alcohol this year, 2019, You have seen it. I did it for some video work, and that's the only time I drank seriously, was during that time. And I thought I would tell you that so that you don't worry about me. I know that, the real person behind the camera doesn't always come through. I'd like to think I do. I do drink silly, cheap American beer when I do, and I do drink silly 40-ounce malt liquors when I have the hankering to, and I love drinking a 40-ounce beer on camera for you guys because I know you get a good laugh out of it. And I'm a big boy, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'3". Drinking a 40-ounce malt liquor or two is, I know it doesn't sound like it, but it's not that big a deal to me. But I am getting older, and I have to try to work on my diet and my weight and my health, and I've done all that. And I feel very confident about it. I feel very good about who I am as a person. I've made some new friends this year, and I've kind of lost some old friends this year, and it's been a tough year, 2019. And nobody likes losing anyone. And in my personal life, my real life, my family and I have lost a few people in our lives that were very important to us. And we had and I'm not really upset about this, because the one thing that doesn't upset me is death. And I'll tell you why. Just yesterday, we had a friend die. And it's the second one this is a mentor. This man was a mentor to my wife, and really helped her at work. And he was an older man, and he was retired for quite a few years, and he had a heart attack. So he died rather quickly and as peacefully as you can in those circumstances. My wife was shocked, and I tried to console her. And I told her, that's why we have to go to England. We have to go to England because you don't know what tomorrow brings. And it's a dream of mine to sit and talk to my friend Peggy. I want to sit and talk to Peggy, and I want to hear her laugh. And Peggy, for those of you who don't know, Peggy Whispers in Chaos is a dear friend of my wife's as well. Peggy is literally family to me and my wife. You meet some people on the internet and you instantly become friends. And they become close to you, and you care about them, and they're not some internet person that you can just whisk away. They're real, and they're a real person. And the chance to sit and have a conversation with Peggy alone, and watch my wife and Peggy and my daughter and Bob and all of us just have a nice conversation, is worth the price of flying to England. Life is short, and you should take those moments when you can. If you can afford to do things, if you can afford to do it, you should do it. Because you really don't know what tomorrow brings. And the wedding, I don't want to talk too much about the wedding because he's not a YouTuber as much anymore. But my dear friend Stefan is getting married in Windsor. And he was so happy we were coming. I can't wait to see him. And I'll post photographs from the wedding. And you get to see me in my all-black gangsta suit. A gangsta. I am from Youngstown, Ohio, and I have to play the part. I gotta look like a Goomba, like Tony Soprano, you know what I'm saying? So Friday we have this big wedding. Saturday, Sunday we're going to meet all of you if you want to come down and see me. See Jim, ASMR, see Peggy. Stonehenge, it's going to be fun. I'm hoping to meet my dear friend. We've become very close. I just an example of somebody who's just a sweet person. Periwinkle Rose, ASMR, and her family. I don't know what that is. Will be at Stonehedge, and hopefully we'll get to see her, and you can meet us there. And then you'll get to see the live stream on Monday, and I might even have a few more surprises before I get back. If you would like, please let me know in the live chat here, or in the comments section below, if you'd like me to post, live videos, or if I film, just some sightseeing things. If you'd like to see those things on my channel, I can post them as we gather up some films. If you'd rather this be strictly ASMR and you want me to get back to the doctor role plays and everything, that's quite all right. I totally understand. If you'd like to know, TR, we would rather just see the silly doctor role plays and all of that kind of stuff. We can do that. I don't mind not doing the other, the travel logs and all the silly, sightseeing videos. Those might not be interesting to you. Now, I could narrate them with an ASMR voiceover, and if I can do that, I think those would be nice. So maybe I can do that too. So if you have some suggestions, you can put those below. Once more, if you're like in the middle of the video or something, this is strictly just Bell's palsy nerve damage. It's just physical on my face, and it will fade after probably, might take a couple months to get better. So you have to bear with me a little bit. And I wanted to tell you, you're allowed to ask questions. You're allowed to read over the chat, and you'll see what people have asked already. Maybe your question's already answered. Read over the comment section. You'll see that maybe your question's already been answered there. But one thing I do not want you to do is feel sorry for me. I have a wonderful family. I honestly have the best of friends. And I have one of the best audiences out there. I have an audience that cares and worries and is concerned and is supportive. So, none of that bothers me one bit, because I don't quit. We know that. That has already been established. Now, I do have some collabs coming up with many artists. I might have to bow out of some of those collabs. I do have one I want to do, and I'll announce it here if anybody's still listening. I plan on doing, and I won't be able to do it till after I get back from vacation. I got the mustache. I'm gonna bring it out like this. I'm gonna do Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. I have the glasses, the mustache, everything. And I'm going to do a Dr. Robotnik collaboration with a wonderful artist. I don't want to say the name of the artist yet, in case, things do get canceled, because things can happen. It's very hard to do collabs sometimes. I hopefully will be doing something with my dear friend Dr. T ASMR in the future. We are playing phone tag right now, so I'm going to try and get a hold of him today. So that's another one. We have the live stream with ASMR Zeitgeist coming up. That's going to be a big deal. That kind of counts as a collaboration. What else? I had some minor collabs. I might bow out of those because I want to lower my workload. because I do need to rest more. So like when I'm not running around, I need to get a little extra sleep. And the other problem is with the holidays, I do get some overtime at my job, and I don't want to promise things I can't do. So there might be a couple little group collabs I might have to bow out of, and I'll contact those people, and I want them to know that if I do that, if I do have to bow out, I will do something specific with that person down the road to make up for it. And I will. If you know me well, I follow through on stuff pretty good. So let me do this. I know I'm rambling on, but I wanted to have a nice little talk and show you that I'm still the same old jerk. And that's a magic trick. I can drink without dribbling all down my shirt today. It's funny when you couldn't drink out of a bottle Thursday. By Saturday morning, as a matter of fact, I started being able to drink out of a bottle again. Basically, this will be fun. I actually got a real cranial nerve exam, and I loved it. I knew everything. I knew what they were doing, and you can't fake it. This eye, I have to wear a patch at night so it doesn't get dry. It will close, but I can't close it by itself. I'm trying to close it right now and I can't. This one I can close easily. This side feels pulled up and swollen, but it's actually normal. This side is like rested. If you look, when I arch my forehead, it looks like I've been Botoxed. So if you look closely, ladies, at my smooth baby face skin up here, Bell's palsy is a great way to get rid of those age lines. So what I should do is, get it on both sides of my face, then I'd be like, and if I talk softly, it's a little easier to enunciate words without slurring, or some words are hard, like F words, like fantastic or feelings. And I love the name of the disease, Bell's palsy. They had to find a word that was almost impossible for somebody with fucking Bell's palsy to say the fucking word. Like, couldn't they call it like, I have Smith syndrome. Yeah, Smith syndrome. That's pretty easy to say. No, they had to they had to find the worst word they could put together, like, for somebody with lips that are out to here to say, So I have medical science marches on. So I thought you guys would get a good laugh out of that. Sense of humor's still there. And still chasing the old lady around, but she won't give me any. We're too busy getting ready for this trip. I'm teasing. You know I am. Shh, don't tell her I told you. And I've got some really great medical videos coming up. Some neat new props. And we're going to do some really cool stuff. And I know it's silly, and I've kind of told the story already, but going through a cranial nerve exam and realizing I didn't have a stroke was a strange experience. And saying, I'm okay, I know I'm okay. I did the test. I'm okay. And then the doctor, I said, I'm not going to hold you to it, but what do you think? And the doctor says, I think you have Bell's palsy. I had 4 different doctors work with me that day to make sure. And, the MRI and everything and all that. And my wife was outside the exam room when they were working with me the one time, when the doctor finally said, she was a wonderful doctor. I had some male doctors and female doctors, and they were all top shelf. I went to Salem Community Hospital, and they got me in right away and really worked with me and treated me like gold. And the lady doctor was the one who finally gave me, like, I'm pretty sure we've got Bell's palsy here, and started to tell me everything was going to we're done with the investigative part, and we're pretty positive that that's what it is. To basically alleviate my nerves and the stress and everything. She started to tell me, you're going to be okay. This, what we're dealing with. And I just, it was just like a weight came off of me, and I wasn't that nervous, but it was like verification that I'm going to be okay, that I might not be disabled or something else. And even if I was disabled, I'd still work somehow. I'd figure it out. I'd recover. And my wife was outside, and I said, I told you. And I pointed out to the hallway, and she came in, and I go, I told you I was okay. I told you. And that was a big moment for me. That was a really big moment for me. I was really proud of myself. But I was also proud of myself for keeping calm and keeping my stiff upper lip until I... stiff upper lip. I'm sick. Keeping my cool until I found out what was going on. Because it doesn't help getting worked up. And when I found out, there was a couple friends that were in touch with me. They were made aware pretty quick that there was something going on, and both of them are very, very nice people, and I know they wouldn't want me to say their names, but I want them to know there's two friends out there that were aware of this from the very start on Thursday, and Chris told me I had to tell some people in case something went wrong. So she made me message my children, and Chris made me contact my children, and she said, if you want to tell certain people, you better tell them. And I didn't tell my mom because my mom's 77, my dad's 77, and it was really early morning, and there's just no reason to call and upset them. And they would understand that. But I did contact a couple friends. I didn't expect them to write back right away. And they did. And those two friends were really worried about me and concerned. And they never said it. But they let me know that how much they love me and care about me. And I want them to know, those two very special people, that I do love you very much. You are wonderful friends. You've always been there for me since the day I met you. And I know other friends would if I told them. But I didn't want to get too many people worked up until I knew everything. But Chrissy said you might want to let some people know. And that's a very sobering moment in a life, to have somebody tell you, while you're still functioning and everything's still working, you better let a couple people know how much you care about them. And I've always tried to live my life that way and let people know that I care. But it was quite a moment in time. And what was funny was I never expected and that's why I stopped. I was going to tell a couple other friends, and I just stopped right there because I wasn't expecting them to write back. And when they did, I had to message 6 different, with my kids and a couple of family members. I had to, I was literally messaging 6 or 7 people at a time every time I had a chance to update people, and I just couldn't tell any more people, and literally couldn't communicate properly. It was just, it was getting too much, and I couldn't really tell anybody anything, so all I was going to do was make it worse. So, I just want people to know that I think I'm getting tired. And I want you to know that nothing's changed. And value all the time you have with your friends and family. Thanksgiving's coming up, and Christmas and New Year's. And I know the holidays can be stressful and painful and ugly, but the holidays can also be beautiful, memorable, wonderful. Make them that way for yourself and for others. Those that care about you, and you know who they are, show them how much you love them. And it doesn't mean gifts or presents or treating them out to dinner. Sometimes it's just a kind word and a kind gesture. It goes a long way. I saw a lot of wonderful community things this weekend in the ASMR community with some people getting some help that needed it, passing some good vibes around, and there's this new thing Lizzie ASMR did where she was helping some new artists get noticed, and a lot of them were incredible. Some incredible stuff. This young man from Norway, and then this other fella, I can't remember his name. They were just, you got to see Lizzie's video. Maybe I'll put a link below. And a lot of my friends were there. And to see everybody subscribing and sharing and helping other people and taking some time out of their busy day to do it is a pretty uplifting experience. And I think we could have a better community if we would quit the BS and the drama and people who can't seem to fit into it because they have an agenda or personal health issues or even mental health issues that prevent them from doing it. All these people need to sit back and look around and see that the ASMR community is a good community in comparison to a lot of online communities out there, and there are a lot of good people, but there's also a lot of troubled people too. It attracts a lot of troubled people, and it's our duty and our job to not make things worse for these people and to help them get the real professional medical attention they need and deserve. But it's also not our job to be tormented or abused by anybody in the community who feels the need to control or manipulate what's going on. The ASMR movement is a beautiful thing, and we all need to find our little niche in it, our little spot in it, and play nice with the other kids. So if you're one of those people that's maybe been told to back off on something or let something go, or you're getting blocked by artists and you don't, and this might sound funny, but I'm bringing this up because I'm seeing a lot of this lately. When you're getting blocked by somebody, let it go. Move on. Find other friends. Let it go. Block, ignore, move on. You know, when you're an artist, if somebody is just too much for you to handle, mark their comments as spam or report the comments, block the person, delete it, and ignore. Ignore them to death. They'll go away. They'll find somebody else to badger. And it's important that we do this. It's important that we shepherd this community and we take care of it. And we value it. And we put our best face forward. Our best face forward. Because that'll show people that it's not always about the ego and the money and the success. It can also be about being kind. It can also be about sharing, community, and helping others. It's not that hard. Commenting, sharing, giving a thumbs up, subscribing, all that's free. But on this side of the camera, caring, not hurting and harming people, showing compassion, helping people get to the professional help they need, guiding people to seek out help. It's free too. It's free to do these things for each other. And it only takes a little bit of time. I had a few people message me over the weekend that weren't aware of what's going on, and they had some medical or social needs, I guess is the easiest way to say it. And I was so glad to help them, and I told them no matter how busy I am, there's always time to help someone. And you and I both know that. There's always time to help someone. It's free and only takes a little bit of time. So be the best person you can be and go out there and do some good in the world. And if you need help, if you need good old Dr. Andrew Michaels to give you a little pep talk, you let me know. I'm here for you. You got that? And I'm also hungry. My tummy is a rumbling. Thank you for joining me on this very special premiere. I won't do this again. We'll go back to the funny medical stuff. And remember, London, England, the weekend of the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. If you'd like to meet me, come out and see me. And have a beer with me and Jim. Okay? Bye-bye.